What's up guys, it's your boy August BTC back again with another video. Today we're going to continue with the journey, and the goal here for those that are new is basically me documenting my journey as I trade crypto options, and the goal is simply to bring the portfolio to $10,000. I started the account with roughly around $1,000, and the goal is to basically turn $1,000 taken on a journey step by step, real trades, real money, all the way to $10,000 solely by trading crypto options. Right, so let's get into it. For the price action of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is pretty up on the day. Crypto in general is pretty up on the day. We are still below the 200-day moving average, which is basically coming down. As you can see, it's around about 69,137. If you guys check my previous video, you will see that the 200 moving average is just trending lower and lower now as the price. So it's getting very close to the price basically. In my previous videos, you would have realized that the 200-day moving average was trading higher, 70K, 71K, 72K. Now it's trending down. So crypto in general is pretty green. Bitcoin is sitting at 63,500-ish. Ethereum is sitting at 1,000, kind of 1,900-ish basically. So the market is still chopping. It's still deciding what the next move is. Nothing really major is moving. The S&P 500, which is basically the index of the S&P 500 stock market. A lot of people are looking at this metric as well. We are above the 200-day moving average for the S&P 500, so we're in a bull market. It's pretty flat in the futures market for now. The market will be opening pretty soon. Let's look at oil, which is a very important metric of what's going on when it comes to the macro. Oil is still pretty down. It's a bit moving red right now, but it's still trending high. We want oil to be, around these levels, pretty low, so that, the stock market and the crypto market can have a little bit of breathing room. So that's basically what's happening with the chart. So nothing major yet. We still need Bitcoin and Ethereum to trade above the 200-day moving average for us to be in a bull market. But so far, nothing is happening. All right, let's check in the news. What's happening in the news right now? So we have a big week ahead for crypto, as Ted Pillows is mentioning here. So he's saying that on the 17th of August, which is obviously today, the U.S. market opens after the U.S. issues a new threat to Iran. And August 18th, we have the U.S. House holding the market data will be released. And then let's see, we have August 19th, Trump has a meeting with crypto leaders. The FOMC minutes will also be released. On the 20th, we have the CFTC, which will hold a meeting around the crypto regulations. And the 21st, we have the S&P Global Manufacturing Data. So Ted is primarily focused here on Trump's and the CFTC's meeting, as it could be very important before September Clarity Act voting. So the Clarity Act, which is huge it's basically a regulation, a law that needs to be passed for the crypto holders, for the crypto market in general. It was supposed to be passed. It was supposed to be voted this month, but there was a lot of delays, and now it's been pushed back to next month, which is September. So now Trump will be meeting with CFTC and other crypto leaders just to discuss, what the move will be for the crypto market in terms of the regulation. So this could impact the price action of Bitcoin. So this is something that we need to watch closely, very, very closely. And in other news, we have the US and Iran deal deadline expires today. It expired today. So the 60-day deadline for the US and Iran agreement has expired without a final deal. So there's been no deal, but then the ceasefire agreement has expired today. So this is very, very important. So this leaves both sides divided over the Strait of Hormuz, and then Iran's nuclear program and sanction relief as well. So now the attention now turns to Iran and Oman negotiations over the shipping through the Hormuz. So yes, there's still a situation that's going on. The ceasefire, agreement has expired. So now we're going to watch and see what Trump has to say about the matter. Things are looking pretty, hectic. So we will see. So Trump releases another statement saying here, Trump confirms Iran back-channel demand surrender. So Trump confirmed direct back-channel talks with Iran's IGC as a 60-day ceasefire deadline expires. So Trump said Iran should raise the white flag for surrender while reiterating his core demand Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. So there's still some tensions going on. Let's see what's going to happen. It's going to be a very, very massive week where both countries are going to make some huge statements. So hopefully we're hoping for a deal so that, this can be bullish for the market. And we don't want war, we don't want war. War is bad. So hopefully this thing can come to an end. So in other news, when it comes to crypto, this is a big player. Michael Saylor is one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin. Well, his company's strategy is the biggest holders of Bitcoin, right? So he basically bought, he increased his USD reserve. And I kind of want to explain what this means and how this impacts Bitcoin. So I just did a quick TLDR of this post just to explain to you guys what this basically means. So Strategy added $150 million to its cash USD reserve and bought back $132 million of its own STRC preferred stock, which is a perpetual stock of Strategy. Now, Strategy holds about 840,000 Bitcoin plus 4.8 billion in cash. This is really good because it lengthens the cash runway to basically help the company pay dividends, right, to its shareholders. Now, STRC, which is a very important perpetual stock, it pays high, variable monthly cash dividend, right? It's designed to trade at around $100, right? But now it's trading at, let's see here, below $100. It's trading at $94, as you can see here, so which isn't good. So what Michael Saylor wants to do is basically repurchasing the perpetual stock each time to try and bring it back to $100. Okay, and when it goes to $100, you will see here that it becomes like a Bitcoin printer. So each time that STRC goes to $100, Michael Saylor and his company is able to buy more Bitcoin, which is good for the market. Now he hasn't been doing that because it's below $100. Okay, so it's just think of it as a money printer. So it's trying to get this perpetual stock back to $100 so that we can purchase Bitcoin. Purchasing more Bitcoin is generally good for the market because it pushes the price of Bitcoin up. So this is a little bit of explanation. These are things that you guys need to know if you guys in the crypto market. You need to know the players, you need to know the investors, you need to know things that move the crypto market in general. So Michael Saylor and his company Strategy are one of those people. All right. Okay, so that's it for the news basically. Let's dive into the portfolio. But before we dive into the portfolio, guys, I want to show you guys something. We officially crossed $3,300. This is my page here on X. And I made the post yesterday. So we actually crossed that number yesterday on Sunday. So we literally crossed $3,300, which was one of a goal that I wanted to happen within last week. It didn't happen within last week. Last week we had a lot of down days. As you can see, the portfolio was down 3,266. To 3,252, 3,238. So I post live updates on X. And then when we crossed 33, it was really good milestone. So it basically shows that the portfolio is going up to the right and doing what it's intended to do, which is really good. So let's dive into the portfolio, guys. So here is the dashboard of the portfolio. Let's look at the position. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, let's see what's happening. So first things first, the oxygen is looking pretty good. We're still below 32% maintenance margin, which is really good. So we're currently up 11%, amongst all the positions that we have here running. So we're up 11%, which is fantastic. This is something that we want to see. So we're up $370. The theta, we're getting paid about $10.75 each and every day. If the entire portfolio moves up 1%, we will be making about $43. 1% of this entire delta is basically the direction of the portfolio to show us that we are long. Because it's positive, that means we are long, even though we're hedging the portfolio. So basically this means that if the portfolio moves up 1%, we'll be getting $43 each 1% move. If the portfolio moves up 10%, we'll be gaining $432. So I definitely would love to see a 10% move in Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is something that can definitely happen. So this is just a metric to explain to you how the portfolio moves. So across the positions, we have 38 days to go to expiry. We've collected $544 in premium, and we're already up 32%, which is beautiful, right? So meaning we don't need to wait for exactly 38 days to expire for us to capture this. We've already captured 32% of this collected premium, which is beautiful because we're option sellers, and that's what we do, right? We get paid up front. And and each day this $10 gets removed basically from this amount. So this amount, this net premium collected loses $10 each and every day, which is fantastic, and that is what we want to see basically. All right, so that's about it when it comes to the summary here. So in Rand, we are up 2,800 Rand in terms of the premium captured, which is great. We are up 6,000 Rand, the open PNL of the position. We're making 173 Rand each and every day. So let's look at the individual positions. So for Bitcoin, Bitcoin is up, it's up compared to the previous day, so it's pretty good. We have our perpetual long position here that helps us participate in the upside. So each time that Bitcoin goes up, we're holding about 0.15 Bitcoin here, which is massive. So it's about, I think, I don't know, close to $10,000, $9,000, something like that. If you multiply this by 1 Bitcoin, it'll give, if you multiply this 0.15 times this amount, you should get it. But yeah, so that's what we have, which is great. So each time that Bitcoin goes up, we're in profit. So currently we're in a profit of about close to $200, which is still pretty much nothing, right? So this will be printing a lot of money for us as Bitcoin goes up. So this is basically our capital appreciation. So it's almost like we own shares in a company, which is Bitcoin. So this is for the long term. We're buying this at a discount right now because we're in a bear market. We're below the 200-day moving average, which is basically a great time historically to accumulate. Because if you see the price action of where Bitcoin can go and where we are, this is a massive opportunity, and that's what I'm doing this. So this helps us participate into the upside. Then we have our money printers, okay? When we sell positions, we sell options to get paid while we're waiting. So these are all these short positions as you see here. We've collected $77, $186, $125, $70, and $51. So all these with the minus here basically means we sold these options and we got paid up front, and this is how much we got paid, and this went to the money bank, which is a net premium, okay? So currently here we up 20%. We'll still have $60 to make, right, to collect this entire premium. Here we up 37%, we still have $114 left to make. Here we are 40%, we still have $72, 36%, $44 left, 44%, $27 left. So this is basically what happens when you sell options. Now let's look at Ethereum. Let's see what's happening with Ethereum. We got a signal, we got a specific signal to enter Ethereum. So I will be entering Ethereum. I will post the signal that I got. This is something that I'm working on personally. So I have some indicators that I'm looking on to kind of enter Ethereum. Let's have a look at the Ethereum chart, and I got a signal to enter it. This is my own specific signal that I've, built through a bot that's basically helping me. So it's I've basically created my own quant that helps me enter a specific level that I'm interested in, right? So the level kind of hit now for Ethereum. So I'm gonna put the screenshot of it so that you can see the signal that I got. Very, very efficient, just a tool that I built, which is really cool. So now, and I'm just waiting for the market to open. So you'll probably see the position maybe in the next video. So I need to open a perpetual ETH position as well to help me participate in the upside as well. But for ETH, we've also sold all these contracts here. And we've collected a decent amount of premium. The total is about $103, and which is pretty good. So we still stand to make a lot of money. We still stand to make $22 here that's left, $68 that's left to be made, and $40 that's here to be made. So what I'll be doing is I'll be closing this long call, because this long call was like a substitute for me not having a perpetual position on ETH, a long perp on ETH. So I'll be closing this for small loss. It doesn't really matter. I'll basically be breaking even, because if I close this, I'll be breaking even because I'm up on the entire position, $9. And then I'll replace it with ETH that has much more, it doesn't expire. It's an ETH perp. So you guys know how perpetual contracts work. So that's about it for the positions. Now let's look at the portfolio and look at how we're looking. Let's see where we're standing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we're currently sitting at $3,335, which is about, very close to 54,000 Rand basically, which is really, really good. So the portfolio is doing what it's doing, guys. It's going up to the right, which we love. If I go and show you guys the actual dashboard, this is actually Deribit here, the exchange that I use. And this is basically the previous one that I showed you guys was the the dashboard. As you can see, the numbers are exactly the same, just obviously exporting through live, so there will obviously be some micro delays, but the numbers are essentially, the same. 3340 now. I'm up 3340 now. This should change to 40 pretty soon, but the numbers are practically, you see, pretty soon. Yeah. So full transparency here, guys. I'm probably the only crypto guy here. A lot of people hear that crypto is a scam or whatever. You can't make money there. You make money, you lose money. But I'm showing us a systematic process or approach how to trade crypto options and basically print money and get to your goal. It's slow, it's steady, but this is how you make it. Okay, no gambles, nothing. So the portfolio is looking pretty good here, guys. Sharp ratio is really good. That means the risk to reward is really good. The portfolio is not volatile. We are getting rewarded for the risk that we take in a very low volatile manner. So I'm liking the way that things are looking, guys. So yeah, this is the update, guys. If you guys like the content, please drop a like, follow, subscribe, guys, share the video. If you guys want to join me in trading crypto options, please use my link in my bio. It's in the description. It's the link to Deribit, the exchange that I'm using, and basically you can follow along and join me if you guys want to join me. But this is not financial advice. This is real money, real trades. It's just for educational content. I want to get this account to $10,000 live, and we'll get there. It's only a matter of time. Portfolio is going up to the right. I want to zoom in here, guys, and just basically zoom out and show you the process. Right, we've tried this new strategies that we've developed that's really working well for us, and ever since we had a major, so we tried it literally here at the bottom, and ever since we've been recovering here. So the next goal here, ever since we've crossed 3,300, I probably would love to cross to get to $4,000, right? We need to reclaim, so we need to get basically this amount back. We need to get this amount back, and that will bring us back to $4,000, which was the peak of the account, right? So, and then we'll be well on our way to getting to $10,000. So yeah, so if you guys like the content, feel free to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.